Welcome to another episode of
Valerie's
and Roman's Little Potter World. Today we have something really special to you in many aspects. First of all, we present to you two houses Lego never did for the Diagon Alley. We do the video in English because the core design of the house is by ScarletPatronous. And as this is an English couple, we do a little shout out to them and do an English video. Secondly, we do a little competition. So I do a review on these houses on English, and Valerie later on does a separate review on those houses in German. Let's see how those two reviews work and what video you like better. And so let's see what we have today. Well, we look at two very important and famous houses for Diagon Alley. We look at Madame Malkin's shop for robes for all occasions. And as you see, purple is her favorite color. And we look at Madame Potage's cauldron shop. We also will have a more details on what are the options for those houses. We look how big they are. We look at what enhancements we have done, and we look at the minifigures. And I'll start with them right now, actually, because both Madame Malkin's and Madame Potage are not in the films, really. So there are some cutout scenes and maybe there's a little icon, but those two figures don't really appear in the films. So there are some descriptions that Madame Malkin's prefers lavender as her preferred color. She's a little older lady, so she got gray hair from us here. And on the right side, you'll find a little bit younger witch, Madame Potage, which runs the cauldron shop, also sells things to clean cauldrons and so on, because it's one of her main problems. Her cauldrons are so good, you typically only buy one in your lifetime, and then they are good forever. And so let's take a look at the front of the houses here. And let's start with the smaller one here with Madame Potage's shop. It's a little bit darker in the whole design. It has a black shop front here. You see the large cauldrons there. You see why we really like the design of Callum and Laura, which is ScarletPatronous, so much, because they both created the instructions for the house, and you can find them on Rebrickable for a very affordable, I think £7.50, which is really not much for the work that goes into those designs here. They also designed those beautiful stickers that you find all around the front here, which are very important to make a little Lego design vivid and so beautiful as it is. And so we have the Potage's sign here, these three signs here that tell you that you can get self-stirring cauldrons. You can get them out of copper, brass, and other materials, even silver. So as you see here, we have a silver cauldron there as well. There are a few things on sale at the moment. Probably there's some season sale going on, because that scene here is pretty much at the end of the year. We'll talk about the Yule Ball a little moment later on. And on the other side, you see what we have in the front of Madame Malkin's here. It is, again, the door signs, the street signs here, and one sign here, wizard's hats here. And we actually got Madame, help me, Valerie, who is she? Madame Maxime, who was visiting the shop for the first time, and it was really delighted how beautiful dresses she can get even in her size here. What you also might recognize is that coming now to my enhancements of the house, I put it on a Mills plate, so a structure which is 2-layered, which allows me to do some magic I'll talk about in a moment. And now let's turn around to the other side of the house, where you see much more of our enhancements to the house here. So from the original design of ScarletPatronous is only the standard Diagon Alley 16 by 32 knobs plate size. So I used a open brick 32 by 32 plate here as a base plate, and we added the 2 stairs here. We added all the interior we'll talk about in a moment. And what I also did is I added some modular features, so you can, well, take off the upper layer here of the house, and we'll talk about that in a moment as well. But now, take a look at the 2 shops. Let's again start with Potages, because it's a little bit smaller here. We got an upstairs area here with a sofa where Mrs. Potage can welcome her guests. So this is more of a private area here. And down there you find the shop area, again with beautiful stickers from ScarletPatronous, with well, the cleaning of the cauldrons and so on and so forth. Later on we'll add some pictures, you can see more because of the little light we have at the moment. On the other side you find now the enhanced shop here for Mrs. Malkin. So I added those spiral staircase to go upwards, where she has both her very nice sewing machine, has some pre-made ropes here in display, and here you have all the measuring done to get your stuff here. And we got Fleur here because, as I said, we are a few weeks before the Yule Ball, and now everybody comes to find the best dress to get for the Yule Ball, which is, of course, extremely important both for the teachers and the pupils. What did we add? We added also a little dressing compartment here and fitting room probably.
And who is inside it?
Well, it is, I think, Hermione getting her dress for the Yule Ball. Valerie will show you more details on the figure here because she has done this. We also added here the standard school uniforms, which you find hanging there. And we did the tiling here again in colors Mrs. Malkin's probably likes a lot here. And now I want to come to the last part actually, which was another thing I wanted to add to this house. It is electricity. So here we have a very modern now house, which allows that you have the street lamps lighted and also inside. I think we'll have another night shot of that here so you can see the lights better. Those are made with Stux lightnings, and I'll do a separate video how I did that here. So the reasons for those Mills plates pretty much is because the cabling goes underneath here and comes in here for that. And the second part where he did some more lightning is in the lower part of the shops. So both the shop of Madame Potage as the shop of Madame Malkin's have some lightning here in the shops. So but we will have another night shot of that, so you can see that in better detail. That's it from my side. I hope you liked that. So if we look at how well this whole design ranks now, I think this ranks very, very high at the moment among other MOCs, because we started with a beautiful design by ScarletPatronous, added a few details like the minifix. So I think this is again another excellent addition, or addition to our Diagon Alley. And I hope you like it, and you give us thumbs up, and give us some comments what you think on that MOC. Thank you very much, and see you. Bye bye.